sponsored by Bookham Carpet Company and Ivor Recycling. It's a lightweight pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Now, making his way to the octagon, fighting out of the blue corner, please put your hands together for Andy Elliot. And now, making his way to the octagon, fighting out of the red corner and representing Nova Forza, please put your hands together for Grzegorz Jankowski. This is a lightweight pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 3 5-minute rounds.
Keep yourself protected, okay? Listen to me.
Right, pro MMA at lightweight, 3 5-minute rounds. Andy Elliot from ETC Canterbury against Grzegorz Jankowski from Nova Forza. And at the weight, this is a formidable young fighter.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's always puts on a very impressive performance here, and he seems incredibly calm. He's saying hello to his friends in the crowd right before the start of this bout.
And Andy Elliot went to take the fight to him. They both landed, and just the jab from Grzegorz pushed Andy Elliot back. And as you said, he looks remarkably relaxed, and that's showing fluidity as well in his movement and his boxing.
Yeah, but Andy Elliot coming forward, showing the intent to strike with Grzegorz, but a good change of level and in on the trip takedown for Jankowski.
Yes, I think Grzegorz had a look, thought, Andy Elliott's pretty tasty upright, not bad punches, took him straight down.
Yeah, but it shows the versatility, doesn't it? He was willing to exchange on the feet and then opting for plan B here. Looking to pass the guard, nice knee cut through pass, just not quite able to secure the upper body on the way through. Oh, stepping over to mount very nicely and immediately looking to just secure his position, hold this base for a few moments. Plenty of time to work here.
Yes, that's the problem for Andy Elliot. He looked good upright, very tight guard, exchanged well with Grzegorz Jankowski. Grzegorz took him down, pinning the arm now, or trying to.
See if Grzegorz has got the transition to the back or the arm bar. Andy Elliott's really got to try and keep the weight stacked forward. He could do with putting his left leg up behind the back of Jankowski to really maintain that stack.
Awkward moments for him though, for Elliot Jankowski.
Yeah, Jankowski needs to really ideally uncross his feet and really curl that right leg as tight as he can, but he's just about getting some extension on the arm here. Belly down armbar.
Elliot refusing to give in at the moment though, Josh.
Yeah, he's having to roll though. Great resilience, and if he can step over the top here, he's going to get out of this armbar attempt. Well, the cage is really going to help him here if he can drop his weight down. Needs to be careful about standing up and pulling away. The problem is, of course, Malcolm, you give your opponent that bit of space and he needs to really extend his hips and engage those back muscles. Jankowski, you see, straightening his legs, but he just needs to curl that right calf over the head and really try and snap the neck
Well, at the moment, you saw Andy Elliot equally calm and defensive, looking to his corner, listening to them now. You can see even now, he's looked up twice more to listen to his corner for advice how to get out of this.
Yeah, a few anxious moments for him initially, but he's regained some form of composure here. And this is really going to test Jankowski. And, you know, is his game plan really the best here? He's stacked up in a fairly uncomfortable position for quite an extended period of time. And good knees coming in now from Andy Elliot.
It's important to know when to give up on a submission attempt, isn't it? Just as much as to know when you can still get it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was trying to get at. But he's hanging on in here and he's switching over for the triangle, trying to come back up in top position. And exactly as you said, Malcolm, he realised that perhaps this armbar wasn't going anywhere. And he's earned himself another good, solid top position here.
But excellent resilience from Elliot there. Kept his composure and got out of the situation.
Yeah, very, very impressive. The way his guard was passed and he was mounted, I was very fearful that armbar might be the end of the fight for him, but tremendous resilience and still very much in this one.
Yes, Jankowski has done his best here, but Elliot again, very calmly looking at his corner before he ties his man up again.
Jankowski with some good head position, trying to stay tight. He's going to be looking to pull out the elbow or the wrist and stop Andy Elliot from posting and walking back to his feet.
And Elliot's just saying their knee to the head while you know the limbs are down.
Which shows how cognitive he is. He's still very much aware of what's going on, and Jankowski opting to step back and get back to the feet here. And I think Andy Elliot will be very pleased with this scenario here.
Yes, moving his head nicely, looking for his own shots. He lived with Jankowski upright, and Jankowski knows this. And we must say that heavy musculature at lightweight for Grzegorz, he's expended a lot of energy in those submission attempts in this first round.
He certainly has. He's landing some good strikes, but Andy Elliot with a bit of a resurgence here at the end of the round.
Yes, 3 heavy shots from Andy Elliot of his own.
Well, I don't think he wants to spend too much time tied up here with Grzegorz. I think really that last 30 seconds has showed us exactly what Andy Elliot needs to be looking to do at the start of the second round.
I think overall, though, it's fair to say he lost the first round because of the amount of submission attempts and the control by Jankowski. But as you said, Josh, that last 30 seconds is a clear game plan for the second round. So, Josh, an intriguing first round. We saw what Elliot's capable in the last 30 seconds. A long time attempting submissions there by Jankowski. What do you think his corner would tell him to make sure that he sorts it this round and maybe gets the submission he was looking for?
I think they're going to say, let's do exactly what you did at the start of the first round. Let's change level, let's take him down, and let's just control from a top position. Because clearly Andy Elliot has got some confidence and some ability here on the feet.
Jankowski's still getting through, as we saw with that right hand, but you're right, Elliot's corner will be happy if this stays upright. He's got some nice range and variety in his punches there.
Let's see if Jankowski opts to change level, get in on the hips here.
Out of range with that right hand, which shows the respect he has now for Elliot, because he knows getting in range is also in Elliot's range. And again, that right hand thudded through from Elliot.
He keeps stepping into that right hand as well. Elliot, I think, needs to break here and throw some strikes.
That's right, he tried one to the midsection, but you're right, step back, throw the strikes again, keep that distance between them. Because when they're at distance, Elliot is doing very well.
Yeah, the problem with being turned around up against the cage here is he loses that ability to dictate when that break happens. And as we say that, Jankowski in with another outside reap.
Testing times for Elliot again. Now this is where you feel that Jankowski needs to maximise on his efforts, because he had a long time in control on the front, got nothing for it in the first round.
Yeah, and I think he needs to look for that control. He needs to take his time. We know he can attack the submissions if he wants, but I think just a good, solid mount here. Wear his opponent down for a period of time, but a nice explosive escape, and immediately recovering a half guard from it is Andy Elliot. He's got that left underhook, which is exactly what he needs to get some form of offense off here, but he's going to have to watch his neck.
Yes, Jankowski. This part of the fight important for him because it was taken away from him slightly again at the beginning of the second, and he's just beginning to reassert his authority here now.
Andy Elliot showing some intention to try and scramble back to his knees, but he's let himself get flattened out again here, and Jankowski really needs to turn that left shoulder into the chin. Not able to do so, and back to almost full guard, open guard here.
And there's also almost a bit of desperation about that initial ground and pound from Jankowski. He could say, I've missed my chance, throw a couple of punches.
Yeah, almost a little rushed.
Elliot proving very durable in defence here.
Yeah, he's got quite a good defensive guard. He's able to dictate the range between the two quite well off his back. And he's managed to really mitigate a lot of the incoming strikes that Jankowski's throwing.
And a couple of just little upward elbows there from him as well.
And this is the kind of posture that I think Jankowski needs to play for a couple of minutes. Very, very tight. Be progressive, of course, but just stay tight, glued to your opponent, hips low, and just control those positions. Just trying to sneak through again to mount. Such a shame for Andy Elliot because he was defending that guard very well.
And now Jankowski postures up, but he's not ready yet to throw the leather. Short downward elbows, two of them, forces Andy Elliot to butt. You feel a much better position now for Jankowski.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, this is definitely his game plan here. He just needs to focus on controlling this position. Interesting use of putting the hooks inside the inner thighs. I'm not entirely sure if that's a smart thing to do. We've seen some explosive bucking escapes from Andy Elliot already.
Another heavy shot from Jankowski, turns his man.
Oh, and Jankowski not able to secure the back. Good short, cheeky right hand though as he looks for the Darce choke. Or the anaconda, should I say, sorry, is under the neck first and then across to the far side arm. He's going to look to roll to his right.
And Elliot a short right of his own to the midsection of Jankowski. He certainly asked questions of the Nova Forza fighter that we've not seen sometimes in previous fights.
Well, Jankowski getting that control he wanted, but as you said, Malcolm, not having it entirely all his own way there. Very resilient Andy Elliot on the ground.
Well, we had the first 30 seconds of the second round emulate the way the round ended, and then we saw Jankowski took him down again. So in terms of the rounds, you can see Jankowski winning both, but Andy Elliot is always a threat and very good defensively, and we saw just little moments of frustration from Jankowski, didn't we?
Yeah, I think he very clearly needs to come out in the third round, immediately look for that takedown and just more of the same. It doesn't necessarily have to go for the finish, but a good controlling top game is clearly what's going to win in this fight here.
So, deep breaths from Grzegorz Jankowski. He's put a lot of effort into this fight, but still sees opponent across the cage from him here at the beginning of the third. And this is when Elliot's at his most dangerous, isn't it?
Yes, he's going to know that he perhaps is a couple of rounds down, and that he really needs to work to try and force the pace here. And he's got his opportunity on the feet to do that.
Nice lateral movement from Jankowski there. They'll landed with his own left and slipped out of the way.
He really does wing that overhand right when he tries to close the distance.
And Elliot not having it his own way up right now, because that movement of Jankowski has changed here in the third, and it's changed for the better. Yeah,
it's a bit more pronounced.
And you saw there,
head
Josh,
movement.
the head movement, the lateral movement to go with it. And suddenly Elliot's out of his comfort zone.
Well, Elliot did a good job of backing Jankowski up against the fence, but Jankowski very calmly changed level, immediately in on the hips, and he's earned himself a dominant side control here. Elliot, I don't feel here, can afford to take too much time in defending. He's really got to look to create some space, scramble, and do anything he can to get back to his feet.
I agree with you, Josh. He spent too much time in the previous rounds on his back defending here, and a third round will just slip away from him in this position. But Jankowski came out totally different here in the third. I think it was that movement, a change in the attitude as well, and you could see it physically shook Elliot out of what was a very solid end to a round in the start. So he's going, what's happening here?
Yeah, the hips of Jankowski were a little high there, a little bit too much space, and you can see as he tried to progress that position, Elliot using it as an opportunity to restore his guard.
Two good downward right hands from Jankowski.
Let's see if Elliot's got any form of attacks off his back from this closed guard here.
Well, it's the only way you can see him winning now, Josh, is to pull a submission out from that position.
Yeah, he's looking for a Kimura or for a hip bump sweep, but not able to get upright quick enough. If he leaves his guard open here, we can imagine Grzegorz is going to look to pass.
Well, he's got through with four right hands and a short little right hand himself from Elliot, but it's not enough. As you said, he either needs a submission or to get out of this quickly and have one last chance upright.
Well, he did throw his legs up and look for a triangle, but he's got to throw some up kicks and try and scramble back to his feet here. Can't afford to just lounge on his back for too long.
And as you said that, Josh, he pays the price once more.
Yeah, very easy pass for Jankowski. He just controlled the foot, disrespected the legs, and again, knees upside control for him here.
Far more dominant round, the third.
This is exactly the game plan that we predicted would be very useful for him, a controlling, steady-paced top game, and he's probably got that awareness now that he doesn't need to go out and finish this fight. He just needs to control his opponent, and this is clearly the range where he is the most dominant.
Yes, dropping the forearms there, there's exclamation marks on this as well, every opportunity he gets. I think you're right, Josh, he's going to see this one out. He's been in control, obviously if the opportunity arises, but apart from that, very, very strong third round, the Nova Forza fighter. A good elbow attempt from Elliot, but too little too late in this round at the moment.
See how every time Jankowski gets the posture to throw, Elliot immediately brings that leg across, tries to use his knee to... Oh! Well, Jankowski just put himself momentarily in a possible triangle position, but passing once again to side control here.
Short downward forearms, forcing Elliot to think again. And it was a tough third round for Elliot.
Yeah, he's really been on the back foot from the start here.
And we said if the submission attempt came up, that he would try and take it, and here's the possibility now, Josh.
Still doesn't quite have full control of the back though. He's got one hook. Oh, but he does look as though he might be under the throat here.
Will it be a late finish?
Wow. Andy Elliot makes it to the end of the fight. Resilient performance, I think.
But that third round is really the icing for Jankowski. We feel a big winner all three rounds, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's fair comment. He didn't have it all his own way, but he had some excellent takedowns, some good control on the ground, and did have a few good submission attempts. So, good performance from the Nova Forza fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of all 3 rounds, but we have a winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, please put your hands